1220.
8:39 on this Thursday. In studio guest, the one and only singer-songwriter Terrell Edwards. Good morning.
The one and only. Hey, what's up, Tori?
The one and only Terrell Edwards. And I am so surprised when you make these visits to us here at the station at 8:39 because typically musicians, they don't get up till noon.
Well, I get by with a little help from my friends, and so that's a lyric. I should write a song.
You should write a song.
Yeah. But so, I do anything I can for KHTS. I love you guys.
How many alarms does it take for a musician to get up in the morning? Because, your gigs are at night.
3.
Right?
3.
It does take 3?
Right.
Good for you. Good for you. Well, we're glad you're here today. You were telling us off the air that your calendar is just packed. You have a new album.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about Summer Breeze. Tell us a little bit about this new album.
Well,
what's going on?
I not only do I have I perform as a soloist, but I also am the lead singer for East Bay Soul. East Bay Soul is comprised of a group of us that come out that came from the Tower Power Group, which has been very successful. So we've got a new album. It's a great album. You'll get a chance to experience some of that even at Summer Breeze. But we hit Soul Bang this week, and then of course we got Summer Breeze the following week, and then we're in Denver, we're in Las Vegas, we're in Salt Lake, we are in Oakland. We are moving, and we are really excited about this new album.
I was going to say tour bus filled with gas because it just sounds like you are going to be busy throughout the entire summer.
Yeah. So the album is called The Real, and it is Greg Adams and East Bay Soul. And I've actually got 4 songs that I've written on the album. The title song, The Real, I actually wrote that one. So
it's going to be incredible.
It's
That's
available right
sure.
now. Take a listen on Amazon.
On Amazon? Spotify, no? Yes?
Yeah, Spotify too.
Spotify too. Yeah. Okay. So before we talk about Bridgeport and Summer Breeze, let's talk a little bit about who you are and what was the turning point in your young life? Because when I talk to musicians, most of the time they've had this dream since like they were 2. Does that connect with you as well?
Absolutely, no question about it. I mean, my dad, was a amazing singer and instrumentalist as well, and he had what we call perfect pitches. I mean, he didn't play piano, but he knew notes when he heard them. He knew that was a C or that was an E flat, and so he was a choir director as well. So I grew up. Music was all I knew, and even though my dad really wanted me to be a photographer, he wanted my mom. He wanted my sister to be the singer, and because I'm the youngest, I think me being the youngest and not really being looked at as he could be a singer one day. It's like, hey, well, I want to be a singer. I think I can, and I just kept going, and I really believed I could, and. In high school, I got it.
I was going to say, what happened in high school? Were you in the drama club? Did you do any shows in high school?
Yeah.
What was that like?
Yeah, I mean, I convinced my dad to let me sing a song at church, because he was the choir director, and it was on cassette tape. You don't remember cassette tapes, do you?
I do. Yes. No, you are looking at someone who very well remembers.
Yeah.
Listen, I can go back one further and tell you about carts, 8-track.
Yeah. So I took that cassette tape to the chorus teacher in high school, and I was in shop class in the hour of chorus, so I never got a chance. And she was so excited about what she heard that she invited me, unknown to her, that I had a class, and I've skipped class. Okay, don't listen to this, kids. But I would skip class and go to her chorus class for kind of the rest is history. I got the buck.
Yeah, you were drawn.
You were drawn. Yeah.
Growing up with it in a musical family and just having, I'm certain from what you're telling me, you probably had music on in your house all the time. So at some form of music was always going in your house.
The crazy part about that is, of course, because I grew up in a traditional Black Southern gospel family. only thing my mom and dad would let us hear is Christian music, gospel
Mm-hmm.
Christian music. But I had a cousin. Every weekend I go to my cousin's house, and he'd be playing. He's a DJ. He was a DJ at the clubs, and he played Confunction. He played Earth, Wind and Fire and the Commodores, and every now and then I'd hear a little Christopher Cross. And man, this guy, I want to go over there every weekend. Unknown to my parents, I was turned into a heathen, but but man, that's the music that yeah, and all of those experiences just helped me create my own sound, and I really got I really just drawn to people like Lionel Richie and Nat King Cole and
It's such a great way to do it. If you are interested in music, and correct me if I'm wrong, you need to be exposed to everything
Yeah.
before you
Yeah.
make a decision on how you want to
Right.
go down your own road, right?
Yeah, I went to Catholic school.
Mhm.
I went to Catholic school. I mean, my parents drove me to school across town, and I even learned things from Catholic school that I wouldn't have never experienced from any other place when it comes to music, like Dan Fogelberg and Neil Diamond. My
Mhm.
very first song I sang was "Love on the Rocks" by Neil Diamond.
Great song.
Yeah,
Great song. Yeah.
So
Some of the music that you've already put out, your solo,
Mm-hmm.
I should clarify, your solo career, is lovely.
Mhm.
That's
Thank you.
that's what the adjective that comes to mind. They're just lovely. They just flow so nice. They're nice songs. They're not crazy, and they're just and it absolutely reflects everything you just told me.
Yeah, I mean, and I got to tell you this too. My parents really, I think, did a good job of convincing my sister and I that you need to be a good person, and so a lot of the songs that I write, that also comes out in our lyrics.
How about 100%? You want to talk about
Like-
want to talk about that?
Like 100%, I mean, and it's and it doesn't have to be sappy and whiny to be a good inspirational song. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean?
Mhm.
And 100% is a perfect example of that. Preston Glass has written, I mean, he's produced songs and written songs for Whitney Houston, Aretha Franklin, and on down the line. And him and I got together and we put together, we feel is a great song that you could dance to, you could sing to, and you can say, yeah, I should help out.
It was really big last summer, and we played it so much that I know it by heart. I could actually
Oh,
sing
that's
it.
great.
Not that you want me to sing it, but I could if asked. Before we play 100%, because we're going to play it, it's called
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
Before we do that, let's just run down what's happening at the Bridgeport Clubhouse. I have here that it is June 10th. Am I correct?
Yes, you
So
are
that is next Saturday.
next Saturday.
It is. It's called Summer Breeze.
Hmm.
Will you be doing the song?
Absolutely. Seals and Croft, man. Why?
Yeah.
What?
That was a
Of
dumb
course.
question. Was that a dumb
Absolutely.
question?
We
Okay.
are doing that. I love that song.
June 10th at the Bridgeport Clubhouse in Santa Clarita. Go to eventbrite.com for tickets and more information. It'll be a beautiful, from what I see, the extended forecast should be lovely.
Yeah.
A very nice evening.
Should be a
What
summer
time?
breezy
What
day.
time? I don't have the time on here. What time do you start?
The doors are gonna open at 6:30. We've got a great reception, some incredible hors d'oeuvres, and we're gonna have a great time from 6:30 to 7:30. Concert starts at 7:30, and we're just gonna keep going till 9:30, and we've got a packed concert prepared for you. Some of my friends that are that you'll know on a first name basis are going to show up. So
I love it. I love it. It sounds like a beautiful evening. A little munch.
That's right.
And then some beautiful music on a beautiful, almost summer evening. Almost.
That's right.
We're this shy of summer.
We're preparing for summer.
How would you like to introduce your song? 100%. Tell me a little bit, and I'll press the button.
You know what? In my opinion, it's a really good illustration of where we are today, and what we can do today to keep love in the air, so to speak. So here's 100% by Terrell Edwards.